Title: Meeting Myself, Angeline. The guards heeled as they chased me around the castle. I ran as fast as I could in high heels and Avery tight corset, jumping the stairs as it would take too much time to run them. You're probably wondering why I'm running. Well, let's just say that the Queen, my dearest mother, didn't like that I tried to blow up her dinner party. See, the princess life was? Never for me. I was always in trouble, but this time was the last straw, like she hasn't said that 40 times. Whatever, back to running. I hid behind one of the corridors and watched as the guards ran right past me, but as I looked around, I was kind of lost. He had never been to this side of the castle. I turned around and saw 2 large doors with golden lions as the knobs. This was a great-grandma's room. My mom had always told me of her, how I turned to be exactly like her. She was a wild one. I took it as a compliment. Opening the doors, I was amazed by everything. The room was decorated in the gold and white theme, with hints of red and pink. The walls were covered in art, except the large full wall dedicated to a very beautiful view of the bed was fully done in a white duvet, rose gold pillowcase, and a matching cover. A young girl's portrait hung above the bed. The rest of the room was occupied with books. I walked over to the window. Taking in the view, I was amazed. You could actually see everything. From the galloping hikes and far fields, to the merchants and civilians doing their daily tasks. The guards were still looking for me, asking people if they had seen me. This was my home. I loved this place. Everyone was happy, even if they were poor or unlucky, they were still happy. As I looked away from the window smiling, my eye caught a book on the nightstand. It was a small brown book. No title, but had little tabs at the top. Opening to a random page, I started reading. The present day was like any other. Mine own mother too busy to speaketh to me, only being able to bid me about the new sitteth yond art in line to taketh hence mine own freedom, telling me to act more womanly. Girls don't doth this, girls don't doth that. I ranneth toward mine own cubiculo, trying to hideth from mine own guards, who is wre to no more brain than stone to coequal. Behold an hre. To beest honest, I don't misprise hre. I just wanteth to wend outside. I hre rocks being thrown at mine own window. I ranneth towards looking to seeth Eros waving at me to cometh down. I toldeth that gent to giveth me a minute, as I did need to defendeth some emery suitable robes. I did look in mine own wardrobe, and I in the far backeth hath found an fusty yellow sundress. I hath changed apace and chooseth to walketh barefoot. I did jump through the 3 tall flights liketh I had done multiple times. Eros hath caught me and did smile at me as that gent setteth me to mine own feet, my beautiful. That gent complimented. I did blush a dram at his sweet wrdsbefre, taking the leading running the wards our secret lodging. After our making tea past the guards, we ranneth toward the big tree in the fields. This wast our special lodging, the lodging we both wenteth, at which hour we did need a breaketh from the wrld. At which hour we finally matteth tea, that gent gaveth me a lift as I did climb the tree. That gent cameth up after me taking a seat next to me, his armeth round mine own should star. We did talk about everything, the past, the presenteth, and the future. Wast never fr sure, but we kneweth yond we hadst to beest togethar, coequal through the judgment of life. If be true menteth I hadst to runneth hence with that gent I wouldst certes. I did love timeth. I may loveth mine own people as well and mine own family, but I can't alloweth that gent wend. Wow, I said to myself. As I flipped through the rest of the book, I realized how much she had really gotten away with. I couldn't even try to do something like her, but if I could have a person like her for all the world to know, I would give up my spot for the crown for her, but no one knows her. She is my happiness, my heart. After some time I decided it would be best if I went back to my room. I took the book with me, wanting to continue reading my great-grandmother's crazy adventures. As I got to my room, I plopped on the bed before looking at my phone, seeing I got texts from Amelia. I changed into my more comfortable clothes, and ran toward the back of the castle, making past the guard once again, and running for the back door. Hey, I chuckled at her welcome, and ran to hug her. Are you ready? she asked as I straightened myself on the back of her motorcycle. Giving her a nod, we were off, to anywhere the world would take us. I just admired the views of the village as we passed the merchants and farms on the far side of town. I admired the beauty of Gardenia and all it had to offer before we made it to the hidden woods. These woods were the meeting place of many hidden loves, and as I got off the bike, I looked around the forest, covered in flowers of all kinds, trees taller than any man, birds flying in circles. The tree that caught my attention was an old willow tree, close to the stream, with old branches and very bright leaves. You wanna sit there? Amelia asked me to take me out of my trance. I nodded and went to climb the tree. She soon followed after, getting up next to me. I know this place, I said as I looked around. I pulled the book out of my bag and showed her the pages I had read, explaining how I saw that their story related to ours. She smiled as she read the story, commenting every now and then. I watched her reactions and fell in love all over again. I guess they were right, home is where the heart is. And my home was this girl and this city.